Hi, I'm Hazel Dominguez.
And I'm Adrian Dominguez, and we're not only partners in life as husband and wife,
But also in our real estate brokerage, the Amar Real Estate Group.
we love living in the desert, and the longer we've lived here, the more local gems we've uncovered.
Now we want to share with you what we love best about the borderland.
From Las Cruces and Mesilla, down the Rio Grande to Santa Teresa and El Paso.
From the farms, the food scene, and nightlife, to the locals shaping our community.
Welcome to Life on the State Line. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for another episode of Life on the State Line, and I am joined by Jody Gillette with Hospice of El Paso, here to talk to us a little bit also about something we're going to partner on, which is a blanket drive all through this month, through the end of November, and talk a little bit about why hospice needs these kinds of donations at this time of year.
It's so important because so many of our patients are elderly, although it's a common misconception that hospice only takes care of elderly patients, and that's absolutely not true. But during the holidays, you have a lot of patients who simply don't have family. They don't have any gifts. Maybe they don't have any blankets to keep them warm. For so many reasons, this is such a wonderful thing that you're doing for us, because it's just going to brighten so many people's holidays, keep people warmer. You know, when you're warm, when you're not in pain, then you're happier. You're just going to brighten a whole bunch of lives with this, Adrian.
And November is National Hospice Month. It just so happened to fall right now.
That's right.
And I've seen you talk a lot online recently about, some myths and misconceptions about hospice.
There are so many. So I always say that perception becomes reality. If you go out on the street and you ask this gentleman, what do you know about hospice? He might say, oh, my grandmother was in hospice for 3 days. You ask another lady walking down the street, she'll say, oh, my husband was in hospice and he died the next day. Hospice is actually meant for patients who have a prognosis of 6 months or less. Mm-hmm. However, the majority of the patients who come to us are referred in their final days or their final weeks. So when someone is admitted into hospice at an appropriate time, families receive so much more of the benefit. Patients receive so much more of the benefit. Nurses can educate the family members on what's likely the next symptom that a patient is going to present with. The patients can get the pain control. We can try to get their symptoms managed so that they can feel as good as their body and their disease will allow. Our whole premise is quality of life, but so many families don't get to experience that because they are referred so late within the disease progression.
And what do you think could help alleviate that, maybe getting patients here a little sooner so that everyone can be helped?
That's a great question. But I think part of it is simply our culture. Okay, with our Hispanic families, it's all about taking care of each other. And you don't let a stranger come in to take care of mom. We take care of mom, or we take care of grandma. And I think that plays a big role in it.
There's actually ways to get that kind of care at home, correct?
Absolutely. We will take care of the patient wherever they call home. That can be their home, a relative's home, a foster home, an independent living community, an assisted living community, a long-term care community. I mean, there's so many different places, hotels, motels, homeless shelters. We will take care of patients wherever they call home. And so that is a big myth, that hospice is a place. Now we do have an inpatient facility. It's called the Center for Compassionate Care. And that's where our sickest patients go, our most symptomatic patients. And it's a beautiful, beautiful facility. Our staff is amazing. But that would kind of give that connotation that hospice is a place. We'll take care of patients wherever they call home.
One of the other myths that really kind of grabbed me by the throat was the age range, of your hospice patients here. Talk a little bit about that, and especially for children per se, how it is around the holidays for them in this situation.
Well, for starters, we are the only hospice that has a pediatric program, and we don't like to talk about that. We don't want to think about, no parent should ever have to bury a child, period, but we don't like to think about kiddos being born sick or getting sick, babies still in the womb that aren't going to be able to live out their entire lives. And so we have a team of people here, amazing nurses and social workers and intake and bereavement, and volunteers who jump anytime that we have a baby or a kiddo who's referred to hospice. Holidays just kind of throw that extra amount of pressure and sometimes depression, fear, grief for anyone, and certainly for kids. And our bereavement department, we're required by CMS to provide 13 months of grief support, but here at Hospice El Paso, we don't limit it to 13 months. And so, of course, during the holidays, we're very busy taking care of family members who are just having a tough time through the holidays.
So let's talk about the blanket drive that we are going to be asking you to participate with us all month long. Tell us a little bit about the donations that you guys need.
Sure. One thing that we do here at Hospice El Paso is we keep a pantry, and it's actually, you can see it's right behind me. And the reason we do that, first of all, as a nonprofit, we're the only not-for-profit hospice in town. We want to be a resource for our community. So when you think about addressing the psychosocial needs that our patients have, maybe they need dental hygiene items, maybe they need blankets like part of the blanket drive, maybe they need warm socks, and we try to keep items stocked so that anytime that one of our family members says, hey, do you have any of this? We can say, yep, we sure do, and we can take whatever it is that they need and bag it up and take it over to their house. So, of course, the most common things going into winter is going to be your blankets, your socks, your space heaters, things like that. Non-perishable food items, those are always a big deal. And something people don't really think about is like the insures and the boosts. When some of our cute little viejitos, they don't want to eat so much, but they still need to get the nutrients so that they can maintain their strength, those insure drinks can go a long way. Wintertime's coming, and so we want to make sure that all of our patients, they have enough on their plates, their families have enough on their plates. Let's at least make sure that they're warm, they're comfortable, and let's make this holiday as bright as possible for as many people as we can.
Thank you so much for joining us, Jody.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much.
And you can always drop off those donations. They're going to be brand new items, brand new blankets, again, brand new socks. You can drop them off at our office at 1301 Country Club Road over in Santa Teresa, New Mexico. We'll also come to you. If you have a big box of donations, we'll come get them for you too. So thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.